At 61, I never thought I'd be learning how to live alone again. After 34 years of marriage, I thought the hardest days were behind me. But then, he left, and everything I thought I knew about my life, future, and identity cracked wide open. If you're going through a divorce after 60, or just feeling lost after someone you loved walked away, I see you, and I want to share my story not because I have all the answers, but because I didn't. I was scared, angry, ashamed. I thought I was too old to start over, too tired to begin again, too broken to matter. But I was wrong. This is the story of how I slowly rebuilt, not just my life, but my confidence, my identity, my joy. And if you stay with me to the end, I'll share what helped the most and the one truth that changed everything for me. Because it's not too late to feel whole again. It's not too late to start over and feel free. I remember the day like a crack of thunder. It wasn't dramatic. There was no yelling, no slammed doors. He simply looked at me and said, "Didn't love me anymore." After decades of building a life, of raising kids, of sharing holidays and inside jokes, it ended with a sentence. At first, I didn't believe him. I thought he was having a crisis, a rough week. But then, he packed a bag, and he left. I sat at the kitchen table that night with a mug of tea I didn't drink, staring at a wall I'd stared at for years, but suddenly couldn't recognize. The silence was loud. The stillness felt sharp. I didn't know whether to cry, scream, or run. Divorce at 60 wasn't in the plan. I thought we'd grow old together. Instead, I was staring at a future I hadn't prepared for, a version of life I didn't know how to live. And that was the scariest part of all. The first 30 days felt like trying to walk underwater. Everything was heavy. Everything hurt. I went through the motions brushing my teeth, making the bed, feeding the cat, but it all felt unreal. I'd wake up every morning and forget for a moment, and then remember. He's gone. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. My heart would race for no reason. My hands would shake. I questioned everything. Was I not enough? Did I miss the signs? Did I waste my best years? I stopped answering the phone. I dreaded well-meaning friends who didn't know what to say. I smiled in public, but the moment I got home, I collapsed. If you're there right now, I want you to hear me. That storm won't last forever. You don't have to fix everything today. You just have to keep breathing. That's what I did. One breath at a time, 1 hour at a time, until I finally saw a flicker of light again. The hardest part wasn't losing him. It was grieving the life I thought I had. The routine, the shared memories, the future I had pictured, sitting side by side in old age, celebrating anniversaries, being us. I wasn't just mourning a man. I was mourning my identity. Being a wife had shaped how I saw myself for decades. And now, who was I? Was I just divorced, alone? Every time I looked around the house, I saw ghosts. The chair he used to sit in, the shows we used to watch. The calendar is filled with our plans, and I had to let go of all of it. Not because I wanted to, but because holding on was hurting me more than the loss itself. Grief isn't just about someone dying. It's about what dies inside you when life doesn't go as planned. And the only way through it is through it. I cried, I prayed, I journaled, and slowly I started releasing the past so I could make room for me. I can't tell you the exact day it happened, but one morning I opened the curtains and noticed the light. Really noticed it. The way it poured across the floor, the warmth on my skin, For the first time in weeks, I didn't feel crushed. That morning, I made a full breakfast. I turned on the music. I opened a window. I didn't smile yet, but I felt present. It wasn't joy, exactly, but it was the absence of despair. And that felt like hope. That was the turning point. When I realized, maybe this isn't the end. Maybe it's a blank page. I wasn't ready to write a new chapter yet, but for the first time, I wanted to. And they want that tiny spark of desire to live again. Was more powerful than anything I'd felt since he left. That was the day I finally breathed again. Divorce didn't just take something from me. It revealed something in me I didn't know was there. I learned that I'm more than a relationship. I'm more than someone's partner, someone's mother, someone's +1. I have a voice. I have opinions, passions, and needs. I started going for walks every morning, not to burn calories, but to hear my thoughts. I picked up a paintbrush again. I learned how to cook for one and actually enjoy it. I realized how many things I had silenced over the years to keep peace, to feel wanted, to avoid conflict. And I promised myself, no more shrinking. I learned that even after heartbreak, my worth doesn't disappear. That I'm allowed to take up space. That my life still has value even without the title of wife. I lost a marriage, but I found a woman I hadn't seen in years. Me. And she was stronger, wiser, and more whole than I ever imagined. If you're watching this, and your world feels like it's falling apart, I want you to know, you are not alone. I don't know your story. I don't know how he left, or why. But I know the ache. I know what it's like to lie in bed and wonder if anyone will ever really see you again. Here's what helped me, and maybe it'll help you too. 1. Stop asking why, and start asking what now. The why won't always make sense. Focus your energy on what you can control. 2. Don't isolate. Even when you feel embarrassed, reach out. Say yes to coffee. Join a support group. Connection heals. 3. Make your space yours. Change the sheets. Rearrange the furniture. Light a candle. You're not left behind. You're reclaiming your home. 4. Speak kindly to yourself. You are not a failure. You are not too old. You are not unlovable. 5. Rediscover what you like. Watch movies he didn't enjoy. Eat what you want. Try something new. This is your time. And lastly, be patient with your healing. Some days will feel like progress. Others will feel like starting. But both count. You are allowed to grieve and grow at the same time. You didn't get to choose this chapter, but you do get to choose what happens next. Starting over after 60 isn't easy. It's raw, it's messy, it's humbling, but it's also a chance to rewrite the story, to discover who you are when no one else is writing the script for you. If he left, it doesn't mean you are unworthy. It doesn't mean your best years are behind you. It means life is giving you space to rise, and you will rise. Slowly, tenderly, beautifully, on your terms. If this video helped you feel seen, heard, or just a little less alone, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more real, healing content for women over 60. And share it with someone else who needs this reminder today. Your life is not over. You are not broken. You are rebuilding. And that is a beautiful kind of strength.